Speaking at the ceremony of the new elected presiding member of Accra Metropolitan Assembly was the Member of Parliament, Honourable Okoe Vanderpuije, assured to drag AMA before the Parliament if they fail to address the inadequate infraction within the electoral area in order to do away with partisanship, but rather to collectively defend the interest of the state.
Committee of Parliament, I have information and knowledge about the difficulties the AMA is going through as far as revenue mobilization is concerned. But we know the truth that there are so many seepages in the system. There are individuals and characters who have allocated to themselves revenue collection in Accra and are not accountable to the Assembly. And this should be your concern. I wouldn't want my sister to be sitting as the mayor and suffer the fate the former mayor suffered, where Assembly could not derive the maximum revenue in order to embark upon its activities. And as a former Deputy Minister for Local Government, I shudder to say, if the AMA will continue and allow these things, the seepage to continue, I will not hesitate to use the parliamentary structure to drag the AMA before Parliament. This is becoming too much. You go to markets and you see 5-6 different tickets being given out. And you could see some of the tickets, many I have with me, which are not authentic tickets from the Assembly. And we have Assembly members representing this Assembly, and some of them, they see these things and they keep quiet. It's your responsibility as an Assembly member to draw the mayor's and the presiding members' attention to such infractions happening within your electoral area. But maybe some of us benefit from it, so we'll continue to keep quiet. The presiding member says we must be not. You said what? We must be what? Citizens and not spectators. From today, I hope we will be real citizens of this country and not spectators. On behalf of the Assembly, are responsible and honest to the deals of the Assembly. This is important for us. I've been here before. I've been in this Assembly before. And I know what it is like. Ashaka is there. And these things we need to eradicate. This country needs to move forward. And it can only move forward with the people's representatives like you and I. We need to collectively defend the interests of this state. I want to commend the Assembly so far for supporting the regional minister in his bid to bring some discipline into the city. We shall continue to work together, and if the assemblies will collectively support us and limit the partisanship, I am very optimistic. Greater Accra will change for the best.
Those of us who are within the Accra Metropolitan Assembly but continue to undermine the work of the Assembly must bring an end to that kind of attitude. Because today, we want Accra, a united Accra, to work together for the development of the city of Accra.
So, Edu.
presiding member for the Accra Metropolitan Assembly.
Holding the office of the presiding member.
Do in the name of the Almighty God.
Do in the name of the Almighty God.
Solemnly affirm.
Solemnly affirm.
That I will not directly.
That I will not directly.
Or indirectly.
Or indirectly.
Communicate.
Communicate.
Or reveal.
Or reveal.
To any person.
To any person.
Any matter.
Any matter.
Which shall be brought under my consideration.
Which shall be brought under my consideration. Presiding Adjei.
Do in the name of the Almighty God swear.
Do in the name of the Almighty God swear.
That I will at all times.
That I will at all times.
Well and truly.
Well and truly.
Serve the Republic of Ghana.
Serve the Republic of Ghana.
In the office of.
In the office of the presiding member.
And that I will uphold.
And that I will uphold.
Preserve.
Protect.
And defend the Constitution of the Republic of
And
Ghana.
defend the Constitution of the Republic of Ghana.
As established by law.
As established by law.
According to the newly elected presiding member of Accra Metropolitan Assembly, Mr. Asiedu Afred Adjei, established that is ready to work with the 20 elected assembly members in achieving the core mandate in order to lay a good foundation for the development in Greater Accra.
20 elected assembly members and 10 government appointees are very bounded that we work in peace and harmony, devoid of malice or political affiliations. Lady, for everywhere we look, there is work to be done. The states of the economy calls for action. Likewise, the assembly, bold and swift. We will act not only to create new ideas, but to lay a new foundation of growth and development. You all to continue to support the effort of the Greater Accra Regional Minister, the Honourable Okoe, and the Mayor of Accra, Honourable Elizabeth Na Kwacho Saki, to ensure that our capital city is given the needed facelift under the recently launched Operation Clean Your Frontage. With our eyes fixed on the horizon and the God's grace upon us, launched my National Association of Local Authorities of Ghana, that is NALA Presidential Campaign. With your support, guidance and prayer, I know this aspiration will definitely see the light of the day.
Something concern that he has raised. I take it to be a concern as a member of parliament within the Accra Metropolis he has raised. So we will get closer to him again to get more information on that. Then quickly we'll move forward. We have our laid down structures. We have departments that are working. At the assembly level, we have the revenue mobilization subcommittee. We have the finance administration subcommittees that they come up with policies for it to be implemented. Once in a while, we the assembly members also go out to we get any information. I can say that we personally, just about last month ago, we got wind of an information about some people clamping cars and in a different jurisdiction. Meanwhile, they give them AMA tickets. Personally, I took it up on myself, and we tracked them and we arrested them. The matter is pending before court now. So, as you know, we are the board of directors of AMA, and we ensure that we rake in revenue for AMA. So, that's what we keep doing. I will not be able to give you a specific target. Reason being that, as I said, we have a revenue subcommittee. It's a committee on its own that they sit. They come out with policies, take into consideration data that the AMA is having, maybe data on the various revenue points that I can never give all out now. Okay, they have data on that. From there, they will bring these policies to the executive committee meeting, which will be chaired by the mayor, before it will be approved by the assembly. So far, fixing and other relative things are concerned. So these are, assembly work. I keep saying it's like the functions of a car. One part affect the other. So we all work hand in hand to make sure that we rake in the revenue, the relevant revenue from it. A member of parliament is part of the assembly. So if any concern, he has the right to raise that concern. Okay, he has raised the concern that A, B, C, D. It is not categorically why we are forcing, and I've started this long time. I've had assembly members to mobilize to go and see ex-presidents. Okay, Rawlings, we have it, Kufuor, we have it on this centralization related issue. So there should be an amendment of the act. So far as our payment, we can never say, Jack, that we are changing everything now. Okay, that's one of the reasons why I'm even contesting for the Nalak president, because we need to change one or two things to the betterment of that. Because if you don't take care, you will just be elected as an assembly member, and you can never improve in your the life style of your community. Let me tell you something. We are in Accra. Maybe one way or the other, we might be a little bit advantaged. If you go to some deprived villages, you ask yourself, how do the assembly member even survive? That's the reason why we are asking that. Now, in that particular electoral area, the electoral area from constituency, the MP there, on his ex-gratia related issue, the MP, it is across board. Why should it, when it comes to assembly, ability to pay? Meanwhile, some assembly cannot even generate the needed revenue to even sustain their meetings.